Nearly 4 years on from its announcement and 15 years since the last mainline Indiana Jones console game, that's probably best forgotten, the tomb-raiding fascist thwarter is back, and by our reckoning, better than ever in Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. The first-person adventure from Bethesda and Machine Games is out now on Game Pass and sees you exploring beautiful, sprawling renditions of ancient monuments, all wrapped up in a colourful, characterful indie package. It's such a wonderfully paced, breezy adventure, in fact, that it can feel like it's over all too soon. Thankfully, once you chuck that fedora back on the hat rack and furl the bullwhip back into its, whip box, there's plenty of other indie-minded adventures you can embark on through Game Pass. Here are some of our favourites. The series on which Indiana Jones developer Machine Games cut its teeth is one of the best first-person shooters of recent generations. Okay, so its approach to taking on Nazis is a little more gung-ho Tarantino than Indiana Jones, and you might want to usher any children out of the room when you start butchering your way through the Third Reich. But the developer's hallmark combo of polished first-person action and razor-sharp writing is here in abundance. Playing as buzzcut beefhead BJ Blazkowicz, you rampage through an alternate history in which the Nazis won World War II. The first game, The New Order, sees you taking on a mechanized Third Reich armed with exosuits, laser guns, and clanging super soldiers, before the sequel takes you to a darkly comic Nazi-occupied America in the 60s. These are modern classics that deserve to be played in sequence. While the co-op focused spin-off, Wolfenstein Youngblood, isn't quite as brilliant, it's still good fun with a friend. After all, killing Nazis never really gets old. Shamefully underappreciated, Arcane's stealthy first-person adventure set in a Victorian-adjacent world of interdimensional magic, whale oil, and witches are still two of the best stealth games around. Coming from a super talented team whose roots can be traced back to Thief and Deus Ex, Dishonored's vast yet dense urban levels are rife with world-building and intrigue, beckoning you to sneak into every back alley and dilapidated apartment. The freedom you get in weaving your way through each mission is incredible, bolstered by imaginative powers that let you teleport to high ledges, possess rats, and chuck guards into the air using tentacles made of swirling black magic. The gritty cities of Dunwall and Karnaca may be a far cry from the historical monuments of Indiana Jones, but they all share an acuity for open-ended level design that's up there with the best of them. Without Indiana Jones, popular culture might never have gotten on board with rogue archaeologists with a penchant for nabbing relics with one hand while fighting evil organisations with the other. And by extension, Lara Croft might never have come to exist. Eidos Montreal did a great job in rebooting the wavering Tomb Raider IP back in 2013, with a darker tone, action movie set pieces, and compelling storytelling that gets us into the troubled mind of Lara. Shadow of the Tomb Raider is the most recent entry in the reboot trilogy, though you can't go wrong with playing the original 2013 reboot on Game Pass. The middle game, Rise of the Tomb Raider, has just left the platform. Set in the muggy jungles of Peru, Lara once again comes into conflict with the iffy Trinity organisation in Shadow of the Tomb Raider, though her own moral compass comes into question as her knack for artifact acquisition triggers an apocalyptic scenario. It's a visually stunning mix of stealth, shooting, and rope swinging that would have Harrison Ford smiling proudly in his rocking chair. Having recently completed its 2-year journey through early access, this pretty pixelated survival game sees you digging through the depths of the earth in search of resources and treasures, all of which help you build out your subterranean homestead. It's got a little bit of everything: combat, crafting, boss fights, RPG-like progression, and makes all these bits stick in a pleasing loop. You can play with up to 8 players too. As for the Indiana Jones connection, come on, ancient underground structures harbouring untold treasures and unspeakable dangers, exploring dark environments by torchlight, spiders, a ragtag crew of companions. It's all there, just with added monsters. If ambling around the Great Pyramids of Giza in Indiana Jones and the Great Circle has got you curious about the heyday of ancient Egypt, then Assassin's Creed Origins might be the best way to experience it in video game form. True to the AC template, Origins is a mix of open-world exploration, stabby fun times, and hanging out with historical figures. Cleopatra and Julius Caesar say hi! It's got a fair share of tomb raiding and treasure hunting too, so you can create yourself a headcanon in which Mr. Jones delves into the pyramids only to find them devoid of treasure because Origins' heroes Bayek or Aya got there first. Set during the Ptolemaic era, so pretty late in ancient Egypt as things go, Origins has one of the better stories in the series, as your revenge quest over your son's death brings you into conflict with a shady secret order seeking to control Egypt from the shadows, and into cahoots with the Assassin Order seeking to stop them. And that's our 5 Game Pass games for you to play after Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Which one will you be playing first? Let us know in the comments and stick with GamesRadar for more videos like this.